Hi and welcome to Live with Joy and good morning. Welcome to another day of our workouts. We are on workout number 80 at this point, so we've got tons and tons of workouts for you guys to choose from. And as a reminder, I'll let you know what we are going to be focusing on this week and what we are focusing on today. I'm just going to give it a few minutes for everybody to start to find that post, and then we'll go over exactly what our week is going to be and also what we're going to be doing for today, okay? You will need your weights today, so if you're coming on now, make sure that you've got your weights. Again, different sizes are great if you have those options. If not, just the weights that you have are fine. You'll work with those. If your weights at any point are too much, you're going to put them to the side and work without your weights. We've got 2 sets on our feet where we're going to be working with our weights, and we're going to have 2 circuits where we're working on the floor. So you're going to need your mats, and you're not going to need any weights for the floor work. So you'll just need your weight for the first 2 circuits, and then you'll need your mat for the second 2 circuits, okay? So we'll have 2 standing circuits and 2 grounded circuits. And again, you'll need your dumbbells today. So let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. If you looked at the title, it says exploding quads. So our quads are the front part of our legs right here. And our focus for this week, as a reminder, is opposing muscle groups. So if we're going to be working the quads today, we're going to also be working the opposing muscle group, which is the hamstring. So that is the back of the legs right here. So you've got your quadriceps and you've got your hamstrings here. And those are the muscles that help to bend and extend your knee. So we're going to be working on those today. And our circuits are going to include 3 different exercises. The first one's going to be a little bit more quad dominant. The second one is going to be an exploding move that's going to bring our intensity up, give us cardio, and also fire up both the quads and the hamstrings. And that final move is going to be a little bit more hamstring dominant in that exercise, okay? Doesn't mean that the other muscles aren't going to be working. We're going to bring something into it that's going to make it a little bit more dominant in either the quad or the hamstring. And again, that second one is really going to bring both of those quads and hamstrings to work together in a more exploding format to make it more intense if you can. Of course, there'll be options. You don't have to explode through the moves. You don't have to build that intensity up. You can take it at a level that feels a little bit more comfortable for you if you need to, okay? That second move, we do want to kind of drive the intensity up to get a little bit of cardio-driven workout with our quad focus today as well, okay? So with that said, we're gonna get started. Again, we've got 3 exercises per circuit. I'll walk you through all those as we get started. You'll have 10 seconds of transition time in between each one of those exercises, so you do have time to reset, drop weights, pick up weights if you need to, whatever the case may be. March it out. Get those shoulders down, track back, opening up that chest and engage that center. Right, left. 4, 3, 2. Let's take that march out wide. Wide march. 8 more. 8. 4, 3, 2. March it in. Narrow. 4, 3, 2. Let's take it wide for 8. 4, 3, 2. March it back in for 4. Let's take it wide for 4. March it in for 4. Take it wide. Hold it wide. Let's squat it. Bend the knees and bend the elbows. Push that bottom back. Get the weight to the heels of the feet, but keep those feet flat. Keep that chest open. Bend and extend the elbows. We've got movement through the arms. Take it down, 2, up for 2. Down for 2. And up. 3 more times. Down. And up. 2 more times. Down. And up. 1 more time. Down. Pick up your speed. 7. From here, we're going to step back right and left and reach it over that head. In 2, step back right and left and reach. Reach. Tap it or step and bend. 8 more times right here. Then back to a wide squat as you interlock those fingers behind that head or loosely behind those ears. got 4 more. 3, 2, wide squat, interlock, here or loosely here. Either way, open the chest, squeeze, and retract the back. 4 more times, just that squat. 4, 3, open, 2, release those hands, wide march for 8, 4, 3, 2, march it in for 8, 4, 3, 2, let's take wide, 4, march it in, 4, take wide, 4, march it in, 4, take it wide and hold, hands on those thighs, and hinge forward with a flat back, hold, and roll it up halfway, stretch that spine, take that flat back down, roll it all the way up, allow that head to come up last. Now listen up, we've got 4 sets of everything today. We're gonna start with watch me. We're gonna hold on to one weight right here, okay? If the weights are too much, you put your hands on the hips, you can hold your hands here without a weight. But we will take one weight for the first one, which is going to be a little knee extension out like a kick and into a lunge. So this is where it's quad dominant right here on that extension out. If that's too much, you can work just the extension rather than that lunge. Second move, the weight's gonna go down. And we're gonna have a little bit of an exploding move I'm gonna show you first, okay? So we're going to get a little bit of a power lunge here and a little switch of the feet. So you're gonna be coming down on that same leg and that little switch and lunge, okay? Same leg's gonna be coming back into that lunge. You can simply do your attacks. You can do your switches here if you want to do that as well. You can just pulse the lunge or get a little pop-up lunge on that side as well. Okay, so do any of those moves that feel okay for you. Then our final move, back to holding on to that weight. You're gonna lunge and then curl through the back. And this is where we get that little more hamstring dominant on that curl. If adding the lunge again is too much, just the curl. So eliminate the lunges if you need to on that first and last move, okay? And even in that second move, if you simply want to tap those feet back, that's fine as well, okay? Let's grab that one weight, hold it in our hands like this, and again, we're gonna start with that lunge into that extension out, okay? Keep it slow and controlled, that first one. We're not trying to kick it with force. We're trying to really knee extend it out and then go into that lunge. Or again, stay here or simply tap it back and extend it out. In 3, 2, and go. You're on that clock now for 7 minutes. Extend it out. When you come up, this is where you have that quad dominant move on that extension. The lunge is going to require both of those quads and hamstrings to fire up for that move. And again, we've got 10 seconds in between. We're gonna switch sides on every set. Good, get that last one in. Put that weight down, make sure it's out of the way. You either tap back, switch your feet, or lunge with a little switch. Looks like that, or you can fire up with a lunge pulse. So right here, switch, so you get a little hop up, and you switch, okay? Otherwise, you can stay here. Okay, you can just pop it up from here, a little switch, and into that lunge. That's gonna fire up those quads and those hamstrings with a nice exploding move right there. Get that last one in, grab your weight. Going back to holding that weight, and now you're gonna get into a lunge position so that you can lunge and kick your bottom. So you gotta bring your weight into your front leg. If that's too much, just that hamstring curl. Okay, that's more important than that lunge. The lunge is just adding a little more fire into those quads and those hamstrings. Up, wait, keep going. Right there. Timing you out. 15 seconds. Coming on your last 5, 4, 3, 2, and stop. All right, get ready for that other side, okay? From here, lunge, and kick it out. Go. Right into it. stay right there. I'm going to time you out because I'm going to set up 5-second transitions instead of 10, just to make sure we stay on target with our time today. Keep going. Extend and kick. Good, resetting that clock. 5 more seconds right here, extend. Okay, you're on that left leg. 3, 2, good. Just enough time to put that weight down and get ready to explode in 3, 2, and 1. Right here. Switch. Switch. Seconds. That last one in, grab that weight. Again, just 5 seconds, changing that transition time, just to make sure we stay on target here in our time. Lunge it, kick it. Or just kick and eliminate that lunge. Good, all right, get ready. Going back to that right side. Lunging, extending out, or tap it, extend, or just those extensions. Again, a little more quad dominant. Good, get that last one in. Weight comes down. So again, you can do this tap back, tap back. You can pulse that lunge. You can pop that lunge, or you can switch. Powering up into a little explosion and into that lunge. Same leg always coming back on that right set. Good, finish up that last one. Grab that weight. Get ready to lunge and kick, or just that kicking the extension if the lunge is too much. Oh wait, I'm sorry, no, hamstring. My bad, right here. Not that kick. We're into our hamstring dominant. So again, you can stay here with just those kicks, or adding in that lunge, coming up and into that kick back. So kick your bottom with that heel. And relax down. 5 seconds only. Going to the left side. This is that kick and the extension right here. Lunge. One more time on this side. Okay, remember, you can just work the extensions. You can tap it back and into that extension. Really focus on that extension through that quad. Right here, extend, don't do it fast. Make sure that that quad is really working to extend out through that knee. Get that last one in. Weight needs to come out that way. And remember, we're taking it back with that left for that explosion right here. And switch. Powering through if you can. And remember, you can simply tap back. You can alternate lunges if you want it there. Okay, bending, you can pulse, you can pop it up, okay, or that switch. Finish up your last one, grab that weight one more time, get ready, hamstring dominant. Lunge into that bottom kick right here, or remember, you can stay right here, and just kick without the lunge. Okay, see how you feel. Adding that lunge in between each kick, if you can, to make it a little more intense. And done. Take a breather. Watch me. Resetting that clock. All right. We got front squats. That's going to be a little more quad dominant in your squats. Feet hip shoulder width apart. Weights up on the shoulders. And we're going to sit into those squats right here. Okay? Then we're going to take the weights down. Going into those jump squats. Okay? Position the feet wherever you feel most comfortable. Heels to toes if that's too much. Getting those quads and hamstrings to explode. And then we're taking just one here or here. A wider stance. And then we'll get a little bit more hamstring dominant with those wider legs, okay? Glute and hamstring dominant. So get those weights up on your shoulders. Get ready for those front squats. Feet hips shoulder width apart. Toes just facing forward. In 3, 2, and go. You're on that clock. 7 minutes right here. Same thing, 5 seconds of transition time. If you need more, take it and just come back in when you're ready. So having those feet hips shoulder width apart, going to be a little more quad dominant on these squats. Good, get those weights down. Jump squats are an exploding move, getting that intensity up and really firing up those quads and hamstrings. Remember, you can go heels to toes. Okay, you can pulse that squat. Making those quads and hamstrings work in a more intense way right here with that jump. Hang in there and breathe through it. Regular squats without the weights if it's too much, heels to toes. Okay, remember, whatever works for you. Goal is to explode a little bit out of that move, so you're firing them up with quicker movements. Grab just one of those weights, hold it here, or by this way, okay? I'm gonna do a goblet hold like this, and now we got that wide stance with the toes slightly turned out, and that's gonna just fire up those hamstrings a little more in this position. And we're slower here. The only one that's gonna be faster, you're exploding second movements, okay? If you can make them fast, you don't even have to. Both weights. On the shoulders, feet hips shoulder width apart, right into that front squat, right here. So again, a little more quad dominant here, with the feet hip to shoulder width apart, not necessarily wide. Stay right there, and grab some water. I'm gonna towel down that sweat that I'm working up right now. Stay in it with those squats, keeping those feet hips to shoulder width apart. 5 more seconds. Elbows up if you can on those front squats, and put those weights down. Get ready for your exploding move right here. Again, working more intense through those muscles for that second exercise. Feeling those quads already burning. One weight only. Goblet hold, just a regular hold in both hands right here. Wider stance, toes turned out slightly. Push those heels like you're pushing that floor away from your body. Push away. Set number 3, grab your other weight. Get ready for those front squats. Elbows up, feet hip to shoulder width apart. Again, a little more quad dominant here. The weights are too much, drop them, cross your hands over that chest and work without the weights. Going to a range you feel comfortable with. That last one in, make sure those weights are out of the way and get ready to explode right here. Remember, heel to toe option gives you a little more of an explosion, but you don't have to hop. Finish up your last one. And one weight only. Wider stance. Toes slightly turned out. And go. Push through those heels. Make sure the knees aren't buckling in. Those big muscles are at work right here in those legs. Those powerful muscles of the lower body. That means your body's going to work extra hard today to get through that big muscle movement. Grab your other weight. You got one more set right here of those frontal squats. Elbows up, feet hip to shoulder width apart. All right, get ready, weights are down. Jump squats, exploding through that move. Let's power through it right here. Heels to toes, pulse it even if you need, hold it even if you need, and really fire up those legs. Explode out of that move if you can. So you can hold it for as long as you need to. Maybe get one explosion up, or one onto the toes and then hold. When you're ready for another one, go ahead and power through. Good, one weight only. Last and final exercise right here, legs out wide, toes slightly turned out, and press. Squeeze those quads at the top. Right here, squeeze the front of those legs. Breathe, you're almost there. And then we're taking it to the floor. Doesn't mean it's gonna be easier. Let's put those weights away, you will not need those dumbbells. Resetting that clock, and let's get that mat down to the floor. Make your way to the ground. Get some water first if you need it. And we got 2 circuits from the floor. All right, I'm gonna get a sip of water, I'm gonna show you those moves. All right, so remember, first one, a little more quad dominant, and this is a nice isolation move right here. We're gonna hold, and we're gonna extend and lengthen up. As we lengthen, really squeeze into this muscle. If you can't extend all the way, just where you can extend, really trying to work the flexibility of that quad. Then we're gonna rotate over onto all fours. Now if you can, hovering the knees is where you're gonna stay. You can either hop it out and hop it in, step it out, hop it in, or from the knees, you can step it out, step it in. You can also hover and step it instead of the hopping. But remember, that's your most intense move right there. Then we're gonna stay here, bring that right leg up, and do focused hamstring. So we're gonna isolate that muscle right there, okay? So on your back, hug, interlock your fingers behind that right leg on the hamstring, and start to extend that leg up through the extension in 2 and 1, right here. So we are working on as full of extensions as we can get. Isolating that quad muscle, because this is the movement, that extension, knee extension, that is what the quad actually does for the joint. It extends through the knee. And rotate. So you're going to either stay on all fours or you're going to hover the knees. You're going to step it out and in, step it out and hop it in. Or if you're more comfortable with hopping it out and stepping in, you could do that. Or hop it out, hop it in. on the knees or hovering the knees over. And you're gonna feel this in the quads, but also the hamstrings as you extend and lengthen out. Come on all fours, and then you're gonna take that right knee up. You can come down on the forearms if you choose right here, or you can stay up on those hands, whatever feels more comfortable. But you need to come down and off of those wrists, bring it here, okay? Keep that knee up to hip height, and bring that heel to the bottom is exactly what the hamstring does for that joint. Takes that knee in the other direction. Good. Rotate over. Hug in that left leg. And extend and lengthen up right here. Super focused through that quad and the mobility of that knee here. Finish up that last one, rotate over, and again, all fours. Either stepping it out and in from the knees, hopping it out, stepping it in, stepping it out, hopping it in, hover the knees, hop it out and in, or from the knees. Okay, lots of things you can choose here. You can come to the knees, hop it out, hop it in, and take a break down on those knees every time. Or you can hover the knees the entire time, making it a lot more difficult right there. Come to those knees if you need, down here, get that leg up, on your hands if you're more comfortable there, and working through that extension. But again, you can be down here, same movement. It's just about that hamstring curl, coming in and out. So if you need to come down off of those wrists, go ahead and do so. If you're up here, make sure that core is super engaged. And rotate over, we're back to that right side right here. Extend and lengthen up. Work the mobility of that knee, flexibility of that quad, and also the engagement right here as you extend. Think about tightening up that quad. And let's rotate over. Once again, all fours, walking out, combination of walking and hopping, hovering the knees, or taking them down in between each one and resting, knee to side. Think about that contraction of the quads right there as you extend out. And then right here, super tight as well. If you have those knees hovered over. Quads working together to explode those legs in and out. Good, come here, down if you need. Leg comes up in position, flex that foot, and extend and bend. You can manage to stay up here, that's fine too. If you need a break from those wrists, go ahead and take it down on the forearms. Either position is fine. Just make sure either way you're keeping that core engaged. And you're holding your position super tight. Only thing moving is that knee to bring that heel to the bottom. Awesome. Last and final set right here. You're on that left leg now. And extend it up. Rotate it over, you're gonna be on all fours right right here. Stepping, hopping, combination of stepping and hopping, on the knees, hovering the knees, whatever works for you. And then that final set of that hamstring curl, I'm gonna do my right leg because I did my left last time. Should have been doing the left. And I just do the opposite of whatever you just did, making sure you get 2 sets of those hamstring curls in. Good, get that knee up again, down on the forearms if you need. Extend and bend that leg. Should be the left if you were doing the right last time. Engage that center and breathe. We got one more circuit coming up. And relax, take a breather. I'm gonna reset that clock. Just gonna towel down because I'm sweating all over my mat here. All right, our last and final circuit. Coming up right here, we're staying on that ground. Now we're gonna do what's called kneeling sissy squats or quad dominant. Watch me, okay? And I'll give you some options if this is too much. You don't even have to go far on this, okay? Watch me. You can make it a tiny move right here, okay? I'm gonna curl those toes under behind me. Small move, you're gonna feel those quads tighten up, okay? If you can go further, then you're really pulling through those quads. But if this is the first time you're doing this move, make it super tiny and you should be able to manage that. If for some reason that's too much, just sit it down and up into the heels, doing some kneeling squats. Or if you need to be on your feet, you can also do some regular squats, or you can just do your bridge. We're gonna wind up here on the last move, but we're doing something different. So if you wanna just lift and lower here, you can do that as well, okay? Second move is going to be, hold on, let me check. Okay, yeah. Watch me on this one, okay? So, we're trying to kick our body, see how I've got my knees covered? Now that's okay if you can't do that. Just come here, walk your hands forward, and kick with your knees to the ground. Okay, what I'm going to show you now is a harder version of all of that, okay, which is going to be a little double kick. And look, I can put my knees down in between each one, okay, instead of doing one at a time. Try one, see if you can do it, okay? If not, again, walk forward, stay here, and alternate your kicks right there instead, okay? And then we're all going to come right here and lift. And watch me, you're holding up. This is more hamstring driven. We're gonna walk those feet out about 2 times. So you got a slight bend and then walk it back in, okay? Really slow, toe down first and then walk it back in. And you're gonna feel those hamstrings really have to tighten up through those walks, okay? If that's too much, just hold it up or do 1 walk instead of 2. See what works for you, okay? So again, you're gonna either do the bridges up and down, sit it up and down here, or again, those kneeling sissy squats, we lean back, and we let those quads pull us back in 2 and 1. It's an awkward move if you've never done it, but as you get used to it, and as you get those quads stronger, you can actually move a little bit more through this. If you need to put a folded towel underneath those knees, you can. Let those quads pull you back in. Just find it, if it's a small move right now, that's fine. Just start it small. Make sure wherever you go, you can pull yourself back up, keeping a straight line in that body, okay? All right, now once again, either walk it out, kick your bottom one at a time, or if you want to try to double kick it, take a rest in between each one. It's going to really fire up your quads and your hamstrings to have to explode up and off of that ground. You're going to also get a little bit of upper body and core here because you're bringing all of your weight into the arms. But make sure you're not here. You'll never be able to get up with the elbows bent. You gotta lift that chest up and away from that floor and really think about having a strong upper body frame that can hold your weight. Rotate over, take it here, lift your bottom up, take those feet in, see if you can take even 1 walk, 2 if possible, and then back in, as you keep those hips off of the ground. And as you walk away, the further you walk away, those hamstrings have to really fire up to hold your position. Okay, slow and controlled. Doesn't have to be fast for this. Really thinking about that walking in and out, and play with your distance on where you walk. And right here, rotate back over onto those knees if you can, or you're staying on your back, just doing those bridge lifts, those lifting the hips up and down. Right here, again, you're gonna feel those quads have to pull you from right there and up. Awesome. All fours. Again, walking forward to kick one heel at a time. You could do this on the ground. If for some reason you're having any issues there, all the way on your belly, and then alternate those kicks, okay? Here, if you want to have that more explosive move, you're going to have to require a lot of energy to get those feet up. Got to really super engage that core, because that's what's going to kind of hold you as you kick. Gear up between each one. Take that little moment and rotate over. Bring those hips up and take it slow, gentle walk out. Keeping those hips off the ground as you walk, and you can play with your distance on where you go with that walk, especially if you're doing 2 steps out. Do just one if 2 is too much. Lower down, come on up, or you're staying there to do your bridge. Here, if you're doing those sissy squats, curl those toes under, lean back, and pull it up. By set 3, you're probably really feeling those quads, especially with all of the work that you've already done to this point. Take it down. Once again, walk forward, come to your belly, kick your bottom one at a time. Or, again, if you're powering through, right here, take a rest in between each one. Try to double kick that bottom with both heels. On your back. Hold it right here, lift those hips up. Gently take those walks out. Lower down, let's go for one more set. Those bridges, staying on your back. Those kneeling squats up and down. Or those kneeling sissy squats right here. Lean back, pull yourself back up. You're pulling yourself up, mostly with the quads, your core as well. The core needs to stay engaged to keep that body in that nice straight line. But it's those quads right here that pull you in from that little hinge, that little dip back. Good, all fours. Again, walk it forward if you're kicking one at a time, okay? Or on your belly, or all fours. This is where you want to push up and kick. So at the beginning of the move, it's your quads that help to push you up, and then your hamstrings to kick your bottom. And rotate over. Let's finish it up right here. Arms out, hips up, feet in, and walk it out. And then gently back in. Try to keep your body as still as you can as you walk. Lower down and hug it in, guys. You are all done. I know a lot of tough work in there today. That is why I gave you definitely those modifications to use. You can work your way up to those harder moves. You may never get to those harder moves. It's okay. All of those options are great, and they're still working. Those quads and those hamstrings, you're probably feeling those quads a little bit tender right now. Let's lower down. Extend that leg up and pull it in, stretching the back of that leg. Now what I want you to do is rotate onto your side where that leg you were just stretching is here. Grab and pull back as you push those hips forward so you stretch that quad right there. Good, and release, come back, hug both knees in. Take the right foot down, let's extend the left leg up, hold and pull, stretch through the back of that leg. Now you're going to rotate on the opposite side where that leg you're stretching is on top. Grab, push the hips forward and pull the heel back, stretching through the front of that leg. Center, hug both knees in for your final time, and then let's make our way up to our feet. However you feel comfortable, I'm going to roll it up from my feet. Once you come up, roll those shoulders back, face the front. Let's just get a little back stretch, hands on the thighs, hinge forward, straight back. Roll it up halfway, stretch that spine, and then flatten down and roll it all the way up. Allow the head to come up last, and let's take 2 deep breaths in here. Exhale, one more time in. Exhale, and you guys are all done. Fantastic work today on those exploding quads, and again with our opposing muscle group focus, so it wasn't just the quads, hamstrings involved as well. Awesome job. Thank you again for joining me. Once again, tomorrow we will proceed with a new workout of opposing muscle groups, different muscles we haven't worked Monday or Tuesday yet. So join in, doesn't mean other muscles won't be incorporated, but we're gonna get some new muscle groups tomorrow that we're gonna focus on, and I will see you then. Awesome job, guys. Thank you for joining me. Once again, if you enjoyed the workout, save it, share it, go ahead and come to this Facebook page, click on videos, and it will be there for you anytime you wanna redo it. Okay, once again, thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.